Okay, some background on this video. I've been trying to figure out how to use the basis of Obsidian, and unfortunately I couldn't figure out from YouTube videos, so I thought I'd just make one myself in case someone else is like me and they're trying to use this but they don't really know how. And so this video is just a very basic demonstration of how it can practically make your life better. It definitely helps me. So I'm just creating 4 video notes. I'm just calling it basic video 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's this thing called YAML properties. And to activate YAML properties, a nice easy way to do it is just push dash 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then it gives this property section. And I'm just going to call this maybe like director for the video. And let's make a new note. So if we to the open brackets, we say first director. And the reason I put this brackets in is then when I click here, it will automatically create a link for this director. And let's make this for video 3 and video 4. We say the first director, first director. And for video 1 and video 2, let's make second director. There we go. We created this guy, and now here we also add him over here. So now we've got 2 videos linked to second director and 2 videos linked to first director. We can also add other properties, like for example, I'm only going to add this in one of the videos where I will say something like release date. And let's give it something like, I don't know, 2025 0224, something like this. Ideally, this would have been picked up as a date field. There we go. And I'm intentionally not putting it on the other videos because that'll come into play later. Now, I would like, when I click on first director, like for example, if I direct here and I click on one of these directors, I would like to see like a section that shows me all the videos that these guys have directed. And this is where bases come in. So I'll just delete this welcome note because let's create a new base. Now the bases allow us to filter on specific things. Like for example, here we will search for director, and if we say where it's not empty, because we've got a lot of notes here and we only want to see the entries that actually have a director in them, we cannot just leave it as empty because look what happens. It still shows all of these guys. And so if I want to filter where the directory is not empty, I actually need to put double quotation marks in here. And only then will it apply the real filter of if it's not empty. This kind of like had me frustrated in the beginning as well until I figured that out. Now, let's rename this base. Let's call it directors. And if we click here, we see all the videos that have any directors in them. And we can also edit the properties, which are the columns. We can also say like we'd like to see something like the director field. Here we can see second director, first director. And if we now want to link that in one of these areas, we would say videos. And now usually you use an exclamation mark and then you open the tag search, and then you can select your base over here. In this case, directors.base. The problem is it's showing everything here. And at first I tried filtering. I thought, what if we filter where the director is only the person we're looking for? And so I click here. I only want to see the first director. And then I went to the second director. And then we once again select the base, and we say this case, suddenly we see only the first directory. Or didn't we see all of them before? So with bases, you need to actually add custom views if you wanted to use it in this fashion. So I will call this custom view second director. And in this view, I will only filter on the second director. And then for the first director, I will obviously rename this first view that we had, and I will call it first director. And then I've got a view in this base. I've got 2 views, first director and second director, and I'm linking them on the screen. So if I were to add another video, which is like video 5, and I also generate the YAML for that, and I select first director, now suddenly the first directory has automatically this new entry with it. And here's what I wanted to demonstrate next. I can also, in the columns here, I can show that date, that release date that we had. And even though the other views like video 3 and 4 didn't have the release date, if I now enter something in here, let's say 2025, October 21, now it added it in here. So you can have a screen that's an overview screen where you can immediately add the other fields and maybe consolidate all these videos to have the same kind of columns by filling in the ones that are missing. So to summarize, bases should be considered as a collection of views of a specific type, and you would um, build your views in here, and then you can reference them wherever you want. And these views will usually be something related to each other if you want to put them in the same base.